Reuniting with your twin flame happens as you choose to reunite with yourself. Just sit tight, I'm going to explain. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Breann, a Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. I've been in Harmonious Union and married to my twin flame for 4 years now. And we are both Master Certified Ascension Coaches, and we support our clients and others, and also everything that we've learned through the teachings of union and applying the mirror exercise to heal separation in our own union. We share that with all of you and anyone that's looking for support. But let's get back into the video. And what I said in the beginning is that if you want to reunite with your twin flame, your divine lover, your one true love, then you're gonna want to reunite with yourself. And you know, when I first say that, it may or may not make any sense to you, because if you see it as, well, hey, Breann, I see myself, like I'm a tangible physical being, I'm aware of myself, I have desires, I'm, living life, like very aware of my being, of my physical self. But what I'm speaking to here is we want to take that a little bit deeper, okay? And that means that if you are experiencing physical separation from your twin flame in your reality, you and your divine lover are not physically together and living your life as one, that's indication that somewhere inside of you on a soul level, okay, on a soul level, that you are experiencing dissonance and separation from your soul, the true essence of yourself. And that is where you want to identify where that's happening within your being and essentially reunite with yourself. It's like coming back home to yourself. And we're all very familiar with the concept of self-love, but oftentimes there can be some confusion about what that means to love oneself. And there's self-love in the form of, like, taking yourself out, treating yourself to a nice dinner, maybe giving yourself a nice bath with candles and nice flower essences, taking yourself on a walk, going to a movie, going to a spa. Like, there's all of these beautiful ways that we can love and nurture our being. If we take it down to, as I was speaking, to a soul level, that's where the confusion can stem from, and be like, well, hey, what does that even mean? How do I do that? The best way that I can explain it, and oftentimes makes sense, not only to me, but to those that I work with, as a coach, is that, let's say if your inner child, we all have an inner child, because you are a divine being. In our core, we're all innocent, we're all pure, we're all divine, perfect, and perfectly aligned with God. And so if you go down to your core and that inner child that is within you, whether you're a man or a woman, you got an inner little boy or you got an inner little girl, and let's say that maybe you experienced some traumas as a child, maybe you had some wounds, maybe you experienced abandonment or manipulation, abuse, or something in your childhood, and now you have grown into a young adult, an adult, older adult, wherever you're at in life. And those parts of you, if they were not healed, that inner child within you is still hurting. And that hurt creates dissonance, because what do? Well, when we experience a trauma, when we experience an upset, something of that nature, we learn a coping mechanism. And I know for myself, my coping mechanism was to numb out, basically act like that part of me did not exist. And so I experienced, abandonment as a child. And what did I do? Well, that hurt. And so I shut that part of myself out, meaning I shut the hurt out because I didn't want to feel it, felt bad. But when we do that, you separate yourself from yourself, when actually what needs to happen is that part of you needs presence, needs love. And going back to the inner child, analogy is that, let's say you're sitting here right now and your inner child is a physical being, and they're, maybe 5, 6 years old, and they're sitting there in front of you. And maybe they're expressing to you, this thing happened when I was a child, or maybe as a teenager, and I'm still deeply hurt from this experience. Well, what would you do if that was actually a thing? Would you nurture and care for that child? I know I would. I would be like, oh my goodness, like, let me help you. What can I, maybe just a shoulder to lean on. Maybe they just need to express their feelings and be heard. Maybe they need to know that you're there, or I would need to know that I was there for myself. And I would just explore my emotions and my feelings. And what am I doing when I'm exploring my emotions and my feelings with that part of me? I'm connecting with myself. And that connection is a reuniting with that aspect of myself, right? And that is self-love. And the quickest way that we do this is with the mirror exercise. And if you're not familiar with the mirror exercise, I provide a link to the description in the box below. In the description box below, there will be a link, okay? But the mirror exercise helps you identify exactly where you're hurting in your consciousness, so that you can immediately go right to the core of it, and you can love yourself and resolve it. And everywhere in your consciousness on a soul level that you resolve these places of hurt that you might experience throughout your life, well, then you've reunited, you've connected with yourself. And so this process, as you continue to go deeper, of reconnecting and reuniting with all of that you are, all of who you are, then that opens the doorway for your twin flame to reflect that love back to you, because they are you. And so you connecting with yourself, they naturally connect with you too. There's no separation in that, because your twin flame, they're just you in another body. And so you can look at it this way: when you're loving yourself and you're connecting with your inner child, or just those parts of you that have been hurt, you're also connecting with your twin flame. And twin flames, they carry the same hurts, okay? And it doesn't mean that the exact same things manifested in your life, but it does mean that on a core level, the same hurts are there. Like my twin flame and I, as I was sharing with you, we've healed through abandonment. And the abandonment that I experienced in my own life was very different from what my twin flame experienced, a different situation. But at the core of it, when we mirrored it and got clear on why we were hurting, it was abandonment. And so we heal there. And so this is really powerful. And this is what it means to reunite with yourself, which equals union with twin flame, a reuniting with your twin flame. And this is a process. And you got to understand too that it's not an overnight kind of thing, right? Like identifying and going to those places where you may be experiencing hurt. It can feel a little foreign, especially when you first start doing it. But with the right kind of support and the right kind of tools, like I've said, as with the mirror exercise, you'll find that it's a pretty effortless and gentle and compassionate process. And it allows you to really get to the matter of what's going on. That way that you can resolve it completely in your union with your divine counterpart, the one that you were created to be with. And if you're looking for support on your twin flame journey, my twin flame and I, we offer, if you are comfortable with group settings, anyone is welcome to join our group. Just try it out, test it out for $25, literally just $25. You just get to come and hang out and enjoy the group, listen to other twin flame pairs, talking about how, what they're moving through. And you're going to find that you relate to what they're moving through. You're going to find a sense of community, a sense of belongingness. You're going to find that you're not alone on this journey. And you're also going to find that it supports you in the speeding up of your journey, because you're healing alongside those that are healing the exact same things as you are, and we're all doing it together. And so if you're looking for support on your journey, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will get you started. We have a Saturday and a Sunday group, so you can just choose whichever works for you. So don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.